Namaste, this is Samta Auntie. Today we are going to review adjective vocabulary in Hindi. Heavy is bhari. Bhari. Now this is a tricky H word. Listen to how I said it again. Bhari. The B and the H are like glued together to make one sound, compounded. Bhari. It's not bari, it's bhari. Light is halka. Halka. Deep. Gehera. Gehera. That's another tricky H. That H right in the center there. Gehera. It's not gera, it's gehera. Dark. Andhera. Andhera. That's another tricky H. That D and the H are like glued together to make a compound sound. Andhera. Big. Bada. Small. Chota. Tall and long. So in Hindi, we use the same word for both. Tall and long is lamba. A little. Thoda. Difficult. Now there are two words for difficult, and I'll explain in a second. There's katheen and mushkil. The reason why there are two words is because actually mushkil is an Urdu word. But it's interesting because I grew up saying mushkil, and most of my students also knew that word, but didn't know the word katheen. So in conversational Hindi, we can use either one, but mushkil is more popular. But it's good for you to know that katheen is the Hindi word. And that's also another tricky H word there, that T and the H, that second T and the H, they go together to make a compound sound. Katheen. Katheen. It's not kateen, it's katheen. All right, let's do sour. Sour is khatta. Khatta. Another tricky H there, that K and the H make a compound sound. K. Khatta. Now we can take a break from some tricky H's. Sweet. Meetha. Meetha. Well, just kidding. That one has a tricky H too. The T and the H make a compound sound. Meetha. Not meeta, meetha. All right, now we have a break from tricky H's. Spicy, mirchi, bitter, gardava, tasty, swadisht, a lot or very. So it's the same word for both in Hindi, bahut. Let's go to the next page. Salty, namkeen, healthy, swasth. Now pretty has two words. Just like we said for difficult, there are two words for pretty. Sundar and khoobsurat. And just like we said for difficult, sundar is the Hindi word, khoobsurat is the Urdu word. And both of these are very popularly used in conversational Hindi. By the way, these two words are also used for beautiful. So we don't really make a big distinction in Hindi between pretty and beautiful. They are both interchangeably used as sundar and khoobsurat. And both of these words, the Urdu word and the Hindi word, are both very popularly used in conversational Hindi. All right, moving on. Expensive. Mehenga. Mehenga. That's a tricky H. You have to enunciate that H sound in the center. Mehenga. It's not menga, it's mehenga. Inexpensive. Sasta. Sasta. Skinny. Patala. Patala. Fat. Mota. Mota. Chubby. Gol matol. Gol matol. A few or some. It's the same word in Hindi. Kuch. Now, you might recognize that word from the famous movie, Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, right? Kuch is a few or some. Low or less. Again, this one is, we use one word for both of these. Low and less is kam. High. Uncha. Cute. Pyara. Friendly. Milansar. Wide. Choda. Narrow. Sankara. All right, home stretch. Warm and hot. So we use the same word in Hindi for both of them. Garam. Cold. Thanda. That's a tricky H. That T and the H make a compound sound. T. T. Thanda. Far. Dur. Near. Paas. And colorful is rangeen. Phew, that's a lot of vocabulary. I want you to keep practicing these and make a space in your brain where they can sit in your brain permanently, because these are really good, useful words to know. And these are just some of the adjectives in Hindi. There are so many, but this is our first set of adjectives for you to practice and memorize, and then apply them as we continue to build on learning Hindi. Dhanyavad for joining me. I'll see you in class.